Hi, Soul. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Francesca?
Not bad at all. Good to see you.
Good seeing you too.
Okay, so the other persons who are coming in, I'll give them a few minutes to log in. Melissa, she have to. Melissa, she's not here yet. Okay, so we're gonna give her a few minutes to get in so she can take the notes.
Okay. I think this is my first time in this meeting.
Hmm?
I said, I think, is this the first time I'm in this meeting, right?
No, this is the second time.
This is my second. Okay. Yeah, I'm starting to join it now. I'm like, which meeting am I in? I knew I seen you before, but I'm like, did I see you in this or another one?
Yeah, this is your second time.
Okay.
Mr. Almanor, how are you, my dear one? Nicholas. He's
I'd
muted.
like to say good evening to everyone. Thank you.
Okay, good evening.
Okay.
Good
here
evening, Miss
watching and
Nels.
listening.
Okay.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi,
Hi.
Rashida. Oh, Francesca, I wanted to ask you, how do people get organizations featured to talk and stuff like that? How do you do that?
How you mean featured to for the on the board for the board?
No, like almost every time I join a meeting, like there's an organization that tells about what they do and stuff like that. Like, how do you do that? How do you become one of the organizations that talks about their program and stuff to the group?
Well, you just well, for my group, I would speak for my group. Any organization who wish to do a presentation, they contact the board, and they let the board know, and then the board in turn will let me know. So it's based on what. So that's why you want to do something. When it comes to youth education, you let the board know, and then they will connect you to the youth, the chair for that committee.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they let you know when they have the meetings. Okay, so I'll wait until for 2 more minutes. Miss Nelson, how are you doing? 2 more minutes, and how is the baby? And then we will start. Okay, we'll start at 7:05. I thank you. I thank everyone for coming back.
Hi, I'm good. The baby's good.
That's wonderful. It is a pleasure to see you.
Nice to see you too.
So in the meantime, whilst we are waiting for people to come in, let's use our times wisely. So each one of you know that I'm Francesca Leopold, and I'm the chair for Health and Social Services. And most of you were here with us last month. So I would just like to welcome each one of you. I mean, it's just getting chaotic. It's just getting worse out there. So just being able to see everybody going to work, those who are still working from home, in schools, there are people who have to go out there to work. You know, I'm just happy that everyone is safe. So in one word, just describe your week for me in one word. And I'm gonna start with Soul with one word. We don't need to introduce anybody here because everybody was here last week, so we know who everybody are. You know, so we don't have any strangers here. But in one word, if you could just describe your week.
Overwhelming.
Okay. Mr. Almona, he's doing something else, and Rashida walked away. So I'm gonna get to Pamela.
Blessed.
Okay. Ms. Nelson.
I think I'll say overwhelming as well.
Melissa.
I will also say overwhelming.
Wow. Okay, Rashida is not back as yet. Rashida, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm back. So hi everybody. Good evening. I hope everybody had a wonderful week so far. It's almost Friday.
So in one word,
What's the question?
How would you describe your week in one word?
Oh, My week was hectic in one word. Hectic, but good. Good. Hectic.
Okay, so I would say paranoid. And I will tell you why. Because for me, Monday I go to my office 1 day a week, and I had to take the train. And then I took the bus. I didn't want to drive because I wasn't sure as to where I would get parking. So I said I'm gonna dread it and take the train, and I did. And in the train, I'm paranoid. In the bus, I'm more paranoid. And I left my office to go for a walk, and I was even more paranoid when I see people just walking, coming towards me with no mask on. And I was like, you know, so I was just going crazy. Because it's like, since they said, well, if you are vaccinated, you can go walk the streets without any mask, and it's just like people that just walk in the street with no mask. And Mr. Almanar, are you able to share your week with us? Because I see that you are talking. Well, he's having a conversation with somebody else. He's not paying us no mind. So good afternoon, Ms. Plato. How are you doing? Welcome. It's good to see you. So as we move on, we're just asking, in one word, just describe your week, please.
Did you say to describe my work? I'm sorry.
Your week, in one word, how would you describe your week? One word.
Oh, my week. Oh, oh, that's a tough one, but I survived. Let's just put it that way.
So
Not
for me,
bad.
it was paranoia for me. I was just paranoid going back to work after a year and something, you know. I got into my
okay.
building. I got into my building and I'm looking, I'm like, okay, I'm touching the door handles and I have to go to the bathroom. And I'm wondering who came to the bathroom, who used the bathroom, who used the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
I was
Yeah,
just going
I'm
crazy.
retired, so I don't have those same issues that you guys have. So it's a little different. But
Okay.
I understand, believe me.
So as we move on, thank you. And Ms. Delord, thank you for coming back. In one word, as we move on, how would you describe your week in one word?
Fantastic. Fantastic. I can't complain. I refuse. So all is well with me. Thank you. Hardworking, but I'm glad for the work. It's all for the community, so I'm in a good place.
Yeah.
Amen. Yeah.
Yeah. But I know, in spite of everything else, for the people who it was, what was yours, Soul?
I said overwhelming, but you know what? I wanted to add to that, because what I learned from that moment, because most of the time I feel good, you know, but then there's moments, especially because I'm running my own organization, you start to just feel all the weight of everything. Mm-hmm. But the thing was, when I reached out and talked to someone about it, it made me learn and realize that I have support and that I have people who's in my corner. And if I didn't like let it out and express that, I would have just like felt like that by myself. And so I realized sometimes it's good to talk to people, to let it out. And then you kind of then learn and realize how blessed you really are, that you're really not alone. Amen. Mm-hmm.
Man. Okay, so my next question, you see, many times we come and we just delve right into the work, right? And all of us, except the lucky Miss Plato, she's retired, and all of us are working, right? And I know each one of you, I know Darlene, she has a baby. All of us are doing stuff, running all over the place. And the whole week you've been going through stuff. And most times when we get into a meeting, we just go right into the stuff. So just like those few minutes, I've just heard as to Soul saying that she spoke to somebody, so it wasn't as bad as she would have, as she would think that it is. So Rashida, what would you have done different for this week? And this is a question for each person. What would you have done different this week to make your week better?
Well, I work out to make my week better. So I stay in the gym. You know, it was hectic, but I always make time for the gym. A run, sweat, workout. So workout, definitely.
Okay, darling.
I would say I should have asked for help. I have an issue with asking for help.
You don't delegate. Is it that you don't delegate or you just don't ask for help?
I don't ask for help.
Hmm.
In my mind, I can do it for myself, and that it becomes too much sometimes.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, you get mad with everybody else around you, but you should be getting mad with yourself.
Exactly, exactly.
Enid,
Yeah, I
I
should
know
have.
it was fantastic, but share what made it so fantastic.
Well, it is always overwhelming what we're dealing with, right? That's just the truth. But I have to find some way to look at the positive sides of life in order for me to come back and do this work every day. So I have to look at what is positive in my life when I'm getting overwhelmed. And that's why I continue to say it's fantastic, because at least I have something good to look to. But when I am trying, what I could have done better for myself is work out. As Rashida was saying, I just have not done that this week. And it does impact the way you feel. I know I get very stiff if I don't work out, or if I don't stretch, or I don't do something physically for my body. So while I was able to manage my week and make myself feel good this week, I did a good job that I know I would have felt better had I given myself some physical activity.
Yeah, I echo that myself. I echo that. I feel the same way. I went to work on Monday and I said, okay, I'm going to work from my office. So those of you who know J Street runs right across Tillery and go over like it's going towards the bridge. So my office is right there at 25 Chapel. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to walk down to J Street. And I walked from Chapel Street down to J Street, over to Clinton Street. And I am telling you, I almost called an Uber. I thought I was dying. My splint was hurting me, everything was hurting me. I said, oh my gosh, I am so old, but I didn't realize that, no, you're just not fit. You're just not, you're just not fit. And I'm like, wow. And if you all want to chastise me, you all can, but I have been paying for a gym membership for over 9 years, and I have only been there 3 times. 3 times. And that's a shame.
So we do the same thing. We do the same thing. Nobody's judging you. Nobody's judging you.
So so I understand. So I have to do that for me. I'm not getting any younger, so I have to do that for me. I really have to get in shape. So I'm going to, where is she? Oh, Pamela, go ahead.
Well, I said my week was blessed because we finally got a new pastor for our church, which allows us to work in the community and develop and also contribute towards my business. I think we really need to focus on helping our children, getting our families back up, getting them the support that they need. And I just feel like I'm moving closer to that with my business, So I think we need to really do some community building and this mental health, not just for our children, but for our families and maybe even for the animals that we have in our house. We just need to celebrate a little bit and make that happen in our communities.
Amen. Okay, I'm gonna go to Miss Flato. I want to hear what the lady who was retired, what she did that's making her week and day so wonderful that we can copy from you.
Okay, so you're asking me what's so wonderful about retirement?
No. Your week, your week was fantastic, but we know that you're retired, but just something that you did this week that made your week so wonderful.
Oh, for me, it was spending time with my two granddaughters. They just make my day and make my week. They were visiting from out of town. And, you know, we've been apart for a long time because of COVID. So that was the highlight for me.
Thank you, Melissa. And after Melissa, we'll go to Sabrina. So Sabrina, your question would be, because you came in late, your one word to describe your week, and your second word, what would you have done to make it better? So Melissa, we on you. What could you have done to make your week better?
Hey, everyone. So I actually scheduled myself to be off tomorrow, Friday. So I think that that is for sure going to make my week a little bit better to end off. But the other thing that I could have probably done was work outdoors. You know, that we had a couple of sunny days and I should have taken advantage of it. Like, I feel like I get re-energized when I'm out there in the sun and working outside and actually, you know, near people, even if they're 6 feet apart from me, but like just being out is helpful, putting me in a different state of mind instead of being home all the time. So yeah, just changing the scenery for a little bit.
Okay, cool. Miss Lewis?
Happy New Day, everyone. How y'all doing out there?
You're
All
good,
right.
you're good.
All right now, I hope all is well in your world. I'm so happy and thankful. My word is gratitude that's the positive, right? I have complete gratitude for learning for just going through the process and learning how to operate in gratitude in each moment. It's definitely been a process, and oftentimes we're always running, and I've learned to take gratitude with me in everything that I do. And I've been so much more fulfilled just by doing that one task. The other thing is the negative, right?
What would you have done to make your week better?
So there's two different things. You just want one?
Yeah, you can give both of us. You can give both of them. We're ending this session on you. I'm going right into the program.
Okay, so I'll give the first one was an analogy. Yesterday, I was running for the train, for the Long Island Railroad. Literally, I was running. And I ran so hard. You couldn't tell me I was going to miss this train, but I did. By the time I got upstairs, the train was sitting there like it was still available for me to get on. And then it pulled off like a bug running away for its life. And I just couldn't understand why that happened in that moment. And so it just reminded me to take my time, but hurry up. And then the second one is planning more effectively. I purchased an unlimited Metro card. And I've been taking Ubers every single day to Queens from Brooklyn. So like, yeah, I'm not doing that next week. It's taken away from my vacation.
You purchase a card, but you're taking the Uber. Wow.
Yes. And so, I'm just being very open and transparent. That's the only way for us to grow effectively. And so just, planning effectively, that's just one example of the planning, but that was a really huge, example. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Thank you. What I would like to say is we have the ladies that are sitting here right now. Each one of you are here, and I know each one of you brings something to the table. And I would like each person, well, not Enid, because Enid and Ms. Flato, we're already working together. And Rashida, we're already working together. Melissa, but Darlene and Soul and Pamela, I would like something that we can add to our repertoire, what we have working with right now, to make this committee that we can reach, because you're out there and each one of us, we see different things, negative things that's impacting our community, different things that we are working with. And Robin Hood could not help the villagers by himself. He had men working with him. I can't do it by myself. And your ladies who are here, I really do appreciate you being here. Hi, Desmond, how are you doing? I really do appreciate you being here, and I want to continue working with you. So therefore, I'm looking forward to each person brings something to the table and said, okay, and present it. And this is what I know Soul asked about presenting. I'm not sure, Soul, as to what you're thinking of doing, but then each person, and if we could, each person brings something, and I know that it will be very impactful, and then we will really reach not all the needs of the people in our community, but I think that we'll be able to do so much more in our community together. You know, remember that we all have different attitudes, we all have different ways, and we agree to disagree, but just the group we have here now, I'd really like that group to stay together, for us to be together and work together for the betterment of our community. So as you know, and as I talk, think of something that, and you can put it in the chat, and if you put it in the chat, Melissa will see it and she'll know it's coming from you, and she will make a note of it. As you know, for June is Health Awareness Month, right? And we're really focusing on health, but we are mostly focusing on men's health in June. So we will still continue have our second segment, because so this evening we're supposed to be we were supposed to have our healthy cooking during COVID, but the presentation that we had earlier on, the clash. So we had to move this evening healthy cooking to June. To make we are doing it in July, right? Enid? We are moving it to July. So we'll have
Yeah,
we will have
July.
right. So we will have a healthy cooking in June, and as well as in July. So with the one that's coming up, you have brothers, you have uncles, you have friends, whoever, you could invite them. Because with the ones coming up, the healthy cooking during COVID, we'll also have a feature on diabetes and how it affects men sexual function, and how the diabetes affects men sexual function, as well as we'll also have a presentation on obesity and how you know, the things that, and I think it's something that's not only for men but for all of us, as to how it obesity, how it affects our health, you know, the things that we eat. So we'll have a segment, a short presentation on obesity and diabetes, and also diabetes and how it affects sexual men's sexual drive. So this is what we have for next month. And so I'm looking for us to, and I need a little dialogue on that, because I know usually we come in, but the weather is getting better. And I'm looking for us for July to have two things in July, and it could happen in June as well. And I would like Rashida to spearhead that, so that we can have a day to go out and meet and have an exercise session. You know, just go in the park, meet in the park, and then we can do something, a walk or something, we can do something. So I'm also looking because I know sometimes it's difficult for some people, but maybe if it's, I did it for, I am on one Crown Heights committee, and I had to do the games, and then we had yoga, and we had the yoga in-house, and people pulled away their chairs and they did it. And it was, and the kids love it. The kids were just like going crazy doing it and stretching out and doing all sort of stuff, and they really love it. When we had to meet the following month again, and they were asking for more yoga, they wanted more, you know? So I'm looking for us to have a session where you, Rashida, could organize, you know, that meet, where we could meet and do that, do the yoga, because I noticed that you do yoga as well, you know? So
Yes, definitely. We could do yoga. You said in July, right?
yeah, we can either July, because we only have one thing coming up in June, which is the June.
Men's Health Month, right?
June 3rd. June 3rd is our meeting, and that's when we're gonna have the healthy cooking during COVID, and June is Health Awareness Month, and then we can do something in June also, when exercising, we could meet at the park or somewhere. So can you just give us a little something?
I can definitely work on that for the dates in June and July, you're saying, right? For June and July, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. I could definitely work on that. Maybe we could come up with an actual date. Definitely maybe on the weekend, of course, right?
Yeah.
Are you thinking more on the weekend? And it could be yoga. It could also be maybe a 20-minute like body weight session. We could do a lot of different things because we're already doing the walk and the run every other Saturday in the park. So we could definitely talk a little further about exactly what activity. You say yoga, right? That you would prefer.
Well, I mean, you could mix it. We could mix it, and I mean, I want everybody there to just give the input as to what you would like. For me, I love the training, the weights. I would need to tone, and I'm telling you, when I look down at my stomach, I start looking like a butterball turkey. So I really need to work on that. So yeah, that's for me. So it's just not my platform, it's our platform. So you can unmute yourself and then we can have dialogue as to, we have a summer coming, and remember we are doing social, health and social, and then we're in our house and we could meet outside and do something, do stuff on the outside, so I know Soul have stuff that she's working with. I know, so let's get it. Go ahead, Melissa. Go ahead, Melissa.
Oh yeah, no, I was the only thing I was gonna like suggest or maybe request is if it could be on a weekend day. That was my only like request, because I know sometimes in the evening times it's just a little bit hard for me sometimes to get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely it has to be on a weekend. I don't know. Enid, are you in the city on the weekends?
Sometimes I am, so it's definitely doable for me. But are we just doing this group, or are we opening it up for?
We're gonna open it up. We
Because-
we open it up. It's for the community. It's open, yeah.
Right, because
So the people that you invite your people, because we'll have a flyer. So we're gonna have a flyer
Exactly.
together, and then we'll be giving out the flyer. It's just
Yeah, I have a lot of staff members and community members that would love this. They had been looking for something but couldn't find anything. So yeah, I could be there as well as my group.
Okay. That's wonderful. Darlene, any let me hear any I know you have a lot to offer, but you're just and you're keeping everything to yourself. Share. What give me something. What do you think?
I was still kind of listening because this is my first meeting with you guys, so I was just trying to kind of feel out everything. So I haven't thought of anything yet.
Well, okay, good. And I trust that you will be back again, because I'm not, we'll be meeting. You will be coming again and sharing, and we're taking part. And because this group of ladies, look, we have a lot to give to our a lot that we can do for our community if we just come together, because each person sitting there, God has blessed each person with a special talent. And if we could use those talents and put it together, and in order for us to go out there to do and to empower others, we have to empower ourselves, and we are right here now, we are sitting together now, and we are empowering ourselves, and we are uplifting ourselves. We are encouraging each other. Each person have something to share, and we can go out in the community and help our community, because there are so many people who needs our help, So, and guess what? When we venture out there and we start doing, there are people who are just in this cocoon and they have so much to give. But when they see things are happening, then they will come on board and they will come and join, and it will just expand. So we need to put a flyer together, Rashida, and then the flyer we could have like.
I have one quick question. I don't mean to cut you off. So I'm thinking of this in several ways right now. It could be a partnership with the Phoenix, which is the organization that I work for, since we already have the dates for June out for the run walk. So the run walk takes place every other week. So I have June 12th and June 26th for those dates for the run walk, where we could do that first, and then after that have a workout. You know what I'm saying? And it's
What time is your June 12th and June 16th?
June 12th. So those, that's just one thing that I'm proposing. It could be either on one of those days and we kind of do that together and then have
Okay.
other activities after that. It starts at 9 a.m. So I don't know how people feel about that early. So like the run starts at 9 and then the 10 and then the walk starts at 10. Some people
So
come
for
to
me,
both
And that's on Saturdays?
Saturdays.
See, that's a problem.
so for me on a Saturday, it does not work for me because I'm a Sabbath keeper.
Ah,
So I go to church on a Saturday, and I teach Sabbath school. You know, so
Okay.
so morning is
later?
not going to, yeah, it's not
so
gonna
like
work. for
later
me.
in the day.
So
Yeah, because I teach on Saturday too, from
yeah.
10 to 11,
Okay, so.
every Saturday.
Ooh.
Yeah, I
All right,
know.
so, oh no, who's this? Okay. And the other thing that I thought of, aside from that run walk, the other dates that would be open would leave us with maybe the 19th, but that is also Juneteenth is so there's a lot of stuff. I don't know if you heard of Juneteenth, but there'll be a lot of celebrations surrounding Juneteenth. So that's a possibility to do something on that day and kind of surround it with mental health and exercise and Juneteenth.
What happened, Sol?
I
Go
got
ahead, Sol.
something. So I'm doing, my organization and I is partnering with Brooklyn Bridge Rotary Club. We're doing a food giveaway that day
On the
On
19th?
Ju-
on the 19th on Franklin Avenue and Eastern Parkway. And I'm trying to get a DJ and some people to make it a little more lively, but I want to be able to give to the community. So we already have it in the works to do it on June 19th, 10 to 2.
And where is that going to be?
Eastern Parkway, Franklin Avenue, right by the 2345 train.
2, 3, 4, 5.
So what I have to say, okay, is that okay? I know, where is she? I always have to look for her name to. Where is she? Where's she gone? Oh, Pamela. I know
Yes,
Pamela may not be able to make it, and I may not be able to make it. That does not mean you shouldn't not plan it. You understand, and get something going. And the days that we could organize something that Pamela and I can be there, then we will be there, right? But it is something for the community, and you should not keep it on hold, put it on hold because the two of us cannot be there. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the days, whatever you are doing, like if there is something that's been done in the afternoon and Pamela can be there, I'll be there. If I could be there, I will be there. Like the I teach like the food, we are doing a service to the community, we are helping the community. And if I have to take and ask one of the teachers to teach my Sabbath school class for me, because my Sabbath schools, I usually finish, what time you say you start, Sol?
9 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
At 10? Okay, so at 10. And I usually finish teaching at 11:45. So by that time you'll be done, right?
Well, we hope. I mean, I'm anticipating 10 to 2. I don't know how long the food would last, but I want to make it that we can like have it that if people want to give information about like what organizations are doing in the community, you know, information. I'm trying to get someone to do face painting for the kids, for their eyes. You know, I want to make it something little, but I don't want to do too much, you know, crowds, but I still want to make it a celebration.
So also, what I could tell you with that for that day, I will also work with the community board that they could come and have a table there, and then they can give away masks on that day. They can give away masks to the people in the community.
Yes.
Okay.
I was gonna ask about that. Thank you.
Yeah. So we can have that way, and then when I finish teaching, then I can leave. I can just drive over, and come, and I'll call you, right? And then you let me know if you're still there, or you could give me a call. And I'm going to put my number in the chat. So anybody who needs to get in touch with me, you have my number. I think I did before, but I'll put it in again that you can call, you can reach me. Oh, what did I do? So this is my number. Yeah, and this is my email address. So you can have my number and click on my number and my email address and contact me. And then, we could work something, but that does not mean if I'm not able to attend an event that you should not go ahead with the event. Go ahead with the event,
So I want to make a proposal to do something on June 26th in combination with community board, this committee and the Phoenix. We're already going to be there. We'll just extend the day and offer a workout after the last activity, which is the walk.
So what I'm going to say, right, on right here on this platform, we have community board, as we know, that's represented there. Pamela, what is your organization, Pamela? You are muted.
Professional Advocacy Mentorship.
Okay, then we have NAACP, Brooklyn NAACP. We have, I don't know, Soul's organization, I don't know, but we have Miss Plato. So we have one Brooklyn. So we have a wide range of CBOs represented right there. And all of those could be in partnership with anyone who's doing anything, everybody else could just partner with them. And then, we support each other. So so I think that's how we should go about doing it.
I'm also working on I might as well plug myself too while I'm in the business. Fitness for Mental Health is something that I'm designing, which is based on my own programming that I'm creating. So, we could all get together, like you said, and do something here. I'm just trying to pick a date so that we could, kind of move forward and plan the day if that interests, everybody.
So if you want to choose the day for the 26th, June 26th is June 26th is the last Saturday of the month.
Yeah.
So the last Saturday of the month, because everyone would need early notification, and then so you send out a flyer, save the date flyer, and then you're gonna send out another flyer, so everybody know, okay, this is coming up, this is the time, and then we all work together. So Soul could distribute to her people, and each person could send to the network.
And if anybody else wants to be involved, then we could also add their logo to the flyer. Whoever else wants to be involved and add on to the day at Prospect Park. As long as it's not over 20 people, I believe you don't have to have a permit in Prospect Park. So I'm just saying, you can't have a certain amount of people in the park, but that's another discussion.
Oh, I wanted to ask, does anybody have connections with what do you call it? Do you know those vans or those big RVs that if you want to do the COVID testing or some kind of health testing and stuff like that? I was thinking it'd be good to maybe connect and have one of those buses, one of those big trucks there. Huh?
A testing site?
Yeah, or something. I mean, I don't know, something with health. I thought it would be nice to get so that if people come, they could just go right there and do it. But I'm not quite versed in who to contact for that. So I don't know if anybody knows where I could start.
So it is something that we can, I wish our chair from the hospital was there, and I was hoping that Enid would be able to chime in and say something. So it's something that we have to look into, and we'll see which hospitals, if one Brooklyn would be able to come on board with that, or Kings County would be able to come on board with that. So we'll have to look into something. Enid?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Ms. Fran.
Did you hear her question?
No, what was
Did
it?
Did you hear Soul's question?
About the van, the testing van?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't do it at One Brooklyn Health, we don't, but I'm thinking in my head who I can contact for you. That's what I was thinking. I did hear the question. I just don't have anyone at the top of my head, but I will look.
Okay, so both of us will look, and whoever come up with someone, then we'll, go ahead, Melissa.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you had the test and trace people here at the a couple of months ago at the meeting, to test and trace.
Yes,
They might be able to help you with that.
Did you take you took their information?
Yeah, Miss Waterman.
Yes, yeah. So we have the test and trace people, and then so we will Melissa, will you be able to get in touch with her? You can send me her information, because so we can get some information to her early.
Yeah, I can reach out to Monique.
Okay, cool. So please do that for me. And if by tomorrow, I know you're off, so Monday, maybe you can do that.
I can do it tomorrow. It's no problem. For you, it's okay.
Thank you.
Just don't tell my job.
No, I won't. Definitely not. Ms. Plato, is there anything that you'd like to add? Anything that you'd like to say? Because I know you and your women, you all work very hard behind, with the communities. Is there anything that you would like to add? Okay, maybe she's not there. Oh, the baby
Sorry,
is.
no, I had to step away. I sent you guys a little chat note. I'm sorry. I'm just coming
Okay.
back. No, I mean, we're just happy to be working with the committee, and next month, I know I had mentioned that we would have Dr. Simon come back if you still want that. I know we talked about for the Men's Health one's presentation that he
Yeah,
would.
so, going back to that, and I'm happy that you brought this up. So it would be, I would like him to do because we have an hour and I don't want him to take the full time. So if you can do a 15 minutes presentation and let him know, I would like it to be on diabetes and how it affects sexual function. So that's what I wanted to focus on. And then we'll also have a presentation, another 15 minutes on obesity as well. So people could have enough time that they could ask questions and stuff. So let him know that's the area that I would let him to touch on for me.
Okay, so someone else is talking about obesity though.
Yes.
Okay.
And he will do the part on the diabetes and how it affects men's sexual function.
Okay. All right, then. I'll
All right.
speak to him about that.
Yeah. So Rashida, if you can touch base, and I think what I would like, because I'm assuming that each person here now, most likely they will be back. And I'm assuming that each person might have their email address in there. So Melissa has the email address. So we'll have a group email address. So whatever information that everyone could see it, we don't need to call anybody. So they'll be in privy to anything that is being circulated. So when it comes to the save the date flyer, we can have that so people can send it out, right? And then we can send the actual reminder flyer out to people.
Send me. You guys have a logo you want me to add to it. You can send it to my email and I'll drop it on there. But I'm gonna hold the date for June 26th and see if I can add on activities to the already existing. Instead of recreating the whole wheel, let me just add on to that run and then walk and then do something else, and let's say.
Where is she gone? So do you want that's gonna be on a small scale. Do you want blood pressure people out there also to take blood pressure at this site also? So okay, she stepped away.
They would have to be less than 6 feet apart for the blood pressure machine. But I don't know. How's that working for community? Are people doing community fairs and doing that? I don't know. I haven't been to anything in a while. They are. Oh, then I guess it's okay then.
They're starting back now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so so we'll be working on that. Anything as always, Madam Chair, Lewis, anything you want to add for the NAACP? Or Nelson, anything you want to add?
Well, everything that you all have said, I believe suffices at this time. NAACP has to do an update as to COVID and vaccinations, conversations we've already heard. And so that's going to be in May. But as far as the events are concerned, whatever, you want us to work on, we're more than happy to do that. I'm currently working on a conversation focused on culturally responsive care in the platinum rule. I just feel like we just really need to bring back culturally, let me calm down, linguistic responsive care.
Okay.
And so that's a conversation that has to be broken down into different modalities for it to really make sense in all of its dimensions. But whatever you would like for us to do, we are here to support.
Okay. All right, so I thank you. I don't want to keep you guys for much longer because you all have been sitting there since 6 o'clock and at the other presentation. So I don't want to keep you up to 8 o'clock. So I am so thankful for the participation, for the dialogue, and for sharing also for our week. And I just trust that everybody will keep safe. And I'm looking forward for us to keep working together and doing good things and not only we're trying to do stuff for the community, but we have to remember self-care as well, that we have to take care of ourselves. In order for us to take care of others, we too have to be healthy. So let's remember to take care of ourselves, especially our mental state of mind that we are. And as I said at the presentation, that there are days I feel depressed and I don't have no idea why I feel depressed. I would be happy, I would be having a good day, and I'll just sit at my chair and I'm watching TV and I feel down and I just feel like crying. So sometimes it happens and you're not even aware, but it is good to know that you have people, and it's good to have a sisterhood that you could call a friend, you could talk to a friend, and sometimes you don't want to talk to your husband, you don't want to talk to your wife, whoever have a wife, but he's over on the other side, your mate, your whoever. Sometimes you don't want to talk to the persons at home because sometimes they don't understand. They're like, oh man, you're just taking stuff too serious, But sometimes it's good to have a sisterhood on the outside that you can call, that you could talk and we could just have a dialogue, And I just hope that we as a community and we as a committee, we can still form a sisterhood outside of what we have there now, that we can share, we could talk and support each other. So with that, I bid you adieu, that have a pleasant night, have a wonderful Friday and a glorious weekend. And Rashida, you could reach out to me so we can work out on that. We could work on that flyer and we'll get things going. And remember, for the flyer also, in it, you'll be sending out the flyer for June, right? For the healthy cooking.
Yeah, for July rather, very soon.
No, did we have the one for June yet?
Oh, right, for Mr. Cummings. Yes, by next week.
Yeah, so the flyer for June will be coming, so everybody will get it. So you could send it out. And remember, it's Health Awareness Month, and we are focusing on men, and we're dealing with diabetes. And a lot of men, they don't like to talk about when they're having those sexual dysfunction. They feel too macho that they don't want to talk about it, but diabetes affects the sex life and the sex drive and everything. And I didn't even know it until I went to the doctor and he told me when my husband was suffering diabetes, and then he said, he needs to take care of that because that happens. I said, what? So, I was ignorant to it as well. So we have to educate our husbands, our brothers, our fathers, our friends. And so that will be for next month. And then we are looking for the power walk or the run, whatever that's coming up for next month. We're looking forward to it. Blessings, sisters. And the brother is not paying attention to us, but I'm going to tell him blessings to him as well. Have a wonderful night.
Ms. Fran, just one thing before you go. On Monday, May the 10th, we are having a community information session that's virtual. I shared the information here, but Melissa might help me get it to everyone on this call. And it is with our CEO, Ms. Lorraine Brown, talking about the transformation of Kingsbrook and the healthcare there, and what's going to be happening with our bed transferring over to Interfaith in Brookdale and what that's going to look like. The 3 hospitals have merged, and a lot of times when these mergers happen, people find out later than before it happened. So we want to engage in a conversation where people may have concerns or questions, and that's happening Monday at 6. So I do hope that everyone on this call will join us to hear what's happening in healthcare in Brooklyn.
So Connie, did you send a flyer to the board?
I did, and I just connected something in the chat, but I'm not sure if it's readable. I do see it here though, so I hope everyone can see it.
Okay, so whatever we have in the board, if
Enid,
I
I
think,
don't think I see it.
You don't, right?
No.
Okay.
I
So
see
you know what
it.
I'll do? You do?
I see
Okay.
it, yeah.
Let me send you
You
my
can-
email again.
Yeah, what I'll do, Melissa, is I'll send it to you, and
So I
if you don't
saved it.
mind, yeah,
Saved it.
then you can send it to everyone here for me in case they don't see it.
No problem.
Thanks so much.
and she will
Thank
also send
y'all.
it to the board as well.
Yes, I will.
Okay, so thank you. Everyone's again, stay safe, and darling, if you're a baby, hope all is well. So I know you.
Happy Mother's Day for the mothers on the call.
Oh yeah, happy
Thank
Mother's Day to
you.
everyone and
you.
all those who are mothers. Happy
Thank
Mother's
you,
Day.
thank
Thank y'all.
Thank you, same
Thank
to
you. Happy
you.
Mother's Day. Same to
Thank you,
you.
guys.
Yeah.
Yes, have a good night all.
Hold on one
Bye.
second, hold on one second. Yeah, happy Mother's Day to everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank
night.
you.
Yeah.
All right, have a
your
good night,
mommy.
everyone.
Good night.
Thanks for being here. Bye, Desma.
Take care, guys.